Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Tonight on the Channel 2 News. Bail set for a man accused of attacking another armed with a machete. Also tonight, a Garapan walk to highlight a subject that can be difficult to talk about. And how do you get a vehicle up from the waters below Bonsai Cliff? In sports, a professional baller is in town with a WNBA resume. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
What's the move? Tryna wild out, catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Tryna wild out, catch a groove. What's the move?
Get your goods here with care and attention with Micronesia Air Cargo Services. MAX is all about connections. Daily flights to and from Guam, 4 times a week to Rota, and bi-weekly flights to Tinian. We are connecting the Marianas. Perishable goods, Home Depot furniture and appliances, even live animals, operating since 2013. Check out our Thursday special to Rota from Guam and Saipan. Call Max at 670-288-6227. If it fits, we'll take it.
Hello, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order, please?
ご注文はお決まりですか?
The McNuggets of chicken.
I haven't had a Big Mac in a long time.
How many filet of fishes did you eat? That's over several months, Ryan.
Quiero un McFlurry.
In Puerto Rico, a McFlurry it's called a Señor Flurry.
2 golden menus.
Wonderful crew at McDonald's.
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 They're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's.
Are you gonna order something?
A man who police say attacked a pedestrian with a machete appeared in court this morning. Vince S. Camacho, 37, was arrested on August 29th on charges of disturbing the peace, assault with a dangerous weapon, and resisting arrest. The victim told police that the situation started when he was walking home to his apartment. Passing an inebriated Camacho, he says Camacho started yelling obscenities in Chuukese. The victim said he ignored the confrontation and continued to walk home. But when he arrived, Camacho started throwing rocks at his apartment, and when he stepped out onto a second-story balcony, he saw Camacho approaching with a machete. He says Camacho forced his way into the apartment, threatening to harm him. Before police arrived on the scene, Camacho allegedly swung the machete 3 times, all missing the victim. Camacho is in custody. This morning, he waived his right to a preliminary hearing. He is scheduled to appear for arraignment on September 18th. Arrivals from Korea are expected to take a hit, as Asiana reportedly will cut flights soon. Asiana Airlines is suspending service to Saipan in late October until just past the middle of December. Asiana is then expected to fly just twice a week from December through March, which is a peak travel period. Asiana has an extensive route network throughout Asia and is primarily the way Chinese get to the NMI now, so the flight cuts mean cuts to both markets. Asiana also expected to fly a narrow-body aircraft through the winter months. For KSPN2 News, this is Trey Youngdahl reporting. September is CNMI Recovery and Suicide Prevention Month, and a number of community members took to the streets last night to bring attention to the resources and help that is available. The Community Guidance Center Addiction Services Administrator Joe Kevin Villagomez explains.
This particular walk happens every year that addresses really making awareness of the community on the services we have to help people that are having a difficult time.
3 main programs offered in the community are the Suicide Prevention Program, the 988, which is a nationwide crisis counseling helpline, and the Governor's Challenge, a program that is specifically geared towards service members, veterans, and their families.
Large percentage of suicide in our nation happens to a lot of the veterans, service members, and even family members that are suffering when they see their loved one hurting.
The walk was also in honor of those in addiction recovery. Before the walk, a proclamation was signed declaring September as the CNMI Recovery and Suicide Prevention Month.
That proclamation, not only do we acknowledge that we have a lot of members in the community that are recovering from addiction and are leading productive life, but more importantly to also allow the community to give these folks a chance.
Anna Addo with the Community Guidance Center's Suicide Prevention Program shared words of encouragement with those who may be struggling.
We're gonna face challenges. We're all gonna face challenges one way or another, but there's hope, there's help.
For KSPN2 News, this is Trey Youngdahl reporting. A local man appeared in court this morning on charges that include assault and battery, vandalism, and disturbing the peace. Diopoulos Iakopoulos was scheduled to have a preliminary hearing this morning. He has been in custody since his arrest. The victim told police the assault happened after a verbal argument, that Iakopoulos punched a front glass door and then punched her in the back of the head. Police interviewed Iakopoulos and he told them that he doesn't remember hitting the victim. His next day in court will be at an arraignment on September 18th. Bail has been set at $5,000.
Save big on mobile and home internet with Link. Get a mobile plan with 40 gigabytes of LTE data and 30 Mbps down on home internet for as low as $95 a month. Better yet, bundle your services with any iPhone 14 series and receive a $50 credit, a SuperPod AX, and basic installation completely free. We'll also cover your first 2 months of home internet service for savings of over $500. Offer valid for a limited time, so Link, bundle, and save today. Docomo Pacific, better together.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
One of the best addresses in Saipan has office space available now, right in the heart of things. The Mariana's Business Plaza offers reasonable rates and can help build to suit your needs. You'll love the central location, just 15 minutes from the airport and 10 minutes from Garapan. Ample and covered parking keeps your vehicle close and protected. 2 restaurants for easy access, lunch, dinner and business meetings. Building security and 24-hour access to your office. Backup generators, so you can run your business in all weather. And 3 elevators mean easy and convenient access. It's the address in Saipan, the Mariana's Business Plaza.
Two local men arrested for using a stolen debit card that belongs to a policeman. On August 22nd, a DPS sergeant reported a theft incident, telling investigators that his debit card was tracked at various businesses around Saipan. By the time it was reported, the culprits had allegedly racked up nearly $700 in charges. After reviewing surveillance footage, Joaquin Jr., Jimmy Ragunan, and Edward Palacios Castro were identified as culprits. Judge Wes Bogdan presided over a bail hearing held yesterday morning. The two were charged with forgery and misuse of financial instruments. Bail for both defendants was set at $1,000. Their next court appearance is scheduled for September 13th.
Commercial divers have some interesting projects around the world, working deep in the Gulf of Mexico on oil rigs, diving in lakes in the Dakotas for fracking projects mean almost no visibility. A job that local diver Dee Tenorio has done closer to home happened at Bonsai Cliff. A motorist intentionally drove off of Bonsai. The person was never found. Some clothes and items were recovered, and after a couple of days of what started as a search and rescue mission then turned into a salvage operation.
Her vehicle was one of the most recent vehicles. And in the newer model vehicles, cars now, they have electric batteries, they have all these other stuff that can really harm the water. So BECQ wanted it out.
CFIX put together a salvage plan and called Dee to execute it, but the car wasn't where they were expecting it to be.
I think it's because of current that it may have had pushed the car deeper and more towards the cliff line of the abyss on the flatbed surface. So we couldn't find a vehicle when we got there.
The bottom of Bonsai near the shoreline looks like this, and under the cliff there are a lot of nooks and crannies and even caves that have hidden pockets of air. But off the coast it starts to get deep quick, and there is frequently current and wind and swell to deal with. Commercial diving involves a lot of problem solving, and that's what happened next.
Based on all the information we were given, we're like, okay, I have like 3 divers in the water, surface divers, just looking around like, hey, there's no car here. And I'm like, how do you, it's a big white thing down there. We should be able to find that and see it from up here. And it's like, no. So I had to recalculate everything and stop everything and just kind of imagine the car and everything from where I was, because I was in the water and here's the cliff. So I started backing up. When I told the boat to stop, then we jumped in. It was right there, right underneath us. So I grabbed the buoy and went down. I told everybody to stay up top because I wasn't sure what the depth was. And I knew that based on how the car looked from surface, I knew it was deep. I just wasn't sure how deep it was.
The vehicle was twice as deep as they expected.
Due to where the depth was at and the amount of bottom time that we had, was only enough for each person to do one task, one 30-second task, no more than that. You have 30 seconds to do this. You have 30 seconds to do this. Come back up when you're done. So I split everything up to the team, and then I made myself the last diver, where I would go down there and hook everything up. And already, my prior dive to that, I already scouted bottom. So I knew that where the car was at, there's an ascending path. So I knew that what I had to do was I couldn't blow the vehicle straight up. I had to slowly ascend with the vehicle. So I picked up the vehicle like maybe about a foot off bottom, and then I carried it and I started walking uphill. And I knew where I was going because prior to everything, I already had the crane up top with a line through the hook and goes straight to where I was. And I hooked that up onto the car so that when I'm walking my descent, I know where to follow. And so I was following that rope was my guide.
As Dee walked the car up the hill, she paused every so often for her makeshift safety stops.
It was a blessing that day because everything went as planned.
Wasn't too bad.
Current was perfect. It was going in the direction we needed it, to help us with the vehicle. The wind was not overwhelming.
Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News. Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Former WNBA player Annie LaFleur is at the Ada Gymnasium this week hosting an intro to coaching course. LaFleur is an Australian Papua New Guinean Olympic medalist. She played for the Sydney Flames in the WNBL and for various teams in the WNBA. In 2017, she was inducted into the New South Wales Basketball Hall of Fame. Now, LaFleur is the development manager for FIBA Oceania office. She came to Saipan to host workshops to train referees and coaches, whether they coach basketball or not.
It was, I guess, the right time to come here and run coach and referee education to kind of upskill the volunteers.
In total, 30 coaches and officials turned out for the Tuesday morning workshop. In the class, they focused on the fundamentals of coaching.
We just work with some, I think, some primary school teachers and some high school teachers. So there are coaches of basketball and there are coaches of other sports. So really what we taught today was the principles, I guess, of teaching the fundamentals of the game and then how we put it into a game-like setting. I don't think it matters what sport you're doing. You still need to have a practice plan. You need to still have goals and objectives.
James Lee, NMI Basketball Federation president, says that a focus on the basics is exactly what the coaches need.
As part of our goal is to grow the sport itself, basketball for Island, and also to elevate our level and competition-wise. And in order for us to even get to that next level, we kind of have to start off from the start, the grassroots per se.
Several improvements have been made to enhance the quality of athletics in the NMI. Last time LaFleur was in Saipan was in 2016, before the construction of Ada Gymnasium. She says that these improvements are the result of the coach's passion for the sport.
I love the energy. The last time I was here was in 2016. You've got this amazing gym now. You know, it's fantastic improvement to what I saw back in 2016. So there's opportunity here to really lift the level, to bring teams into the country, to also, provide and show that we're trying to make a difference.
Annie will be here for the rest of the week, continuing to educate. Thursday, she will have another coaching workshop, and Friday will be another referee workshop. Saturday, she will hold an open clinic for women.
Highly recommend anyone that's interested in the sports itself, regardless of coaching, referee, or anything else, to sign up, show up and sign up. It's free for the public, and so just take full advantage of this.
For KSPN2 News, this is Trey Youngdahl reporting.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Taking a look at the weather, tonight will be mostly cloudy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Light and variable winds with lows around 79 and a 30% chance of showers. Tomorrow and tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. South winds around 10 miles per hour, highs around 87 with lows around 79 and a 40% chance of showers. High tide will be 2 feet at 11:56 p.m. tonight. Low tide will be 0.1 feet at 7:44 a.m. tomorrow morning, and high tide will be 1.9 feet at 3:45 p.m. tomorrow evening.